VanRipper truly is the gift that keeps on giving, blessing us this merry December month with a brand new, totally free game starring ghost girls in worker outfits this time around instead of demon girls in sharp suits. Awaria, which is Polish for malfunction according to Google Translate, or I guess it might be more like hazard or something, is a cute, short, sweet and surprisingly challenging little game that ticks off much of the same boxes that Helltaker did more than 4 years ago at this point. Levels that intricately build upon simple systems, getting a cute girl at the end of each level, a cool little underlying plot, and a banging fucking soundtrack. So far, Awaria doesn't have the massive amount of adult fan art Helltaker had of all the different ghost girls yet, but the ghost girls are still on par with the demon girls of Helltaker for the most part, though maybe not quite topping Lucifer. Just look at her, Lucy, my beloved. The Awaria girls are all cute though. The Cutter twins, the tall mommy, even the player character this time around is a cute girl. Awaria plays very different compared to Helltaker, this time being a real-time, bullet hellish time management type game. You are tasked with repairing the anti-ghost shield generators, which break down a set amount per level. Simple enough, just go check on the generator what parts it needs and bring those parts to the generator to fix it. This is the time management part, as generators will steadily tick down and result in a failure if they reach 0, when playing on standard or hard mode, that is. The parts themselves are also timed, taking a bit to respawn provided you actually press the button to make them respawn, or feed other machines the parts they need to make a secondary part, which also takes a while. It's all pretty straightforward here obviously, and this simple system works great in tandem with the ghost girls trying to kill you while fixing those generators, which is then the bullet hellish type part of the game. One ghost girl trying to kill you is manageable, you just gotta keep moving and step out of the way of their attacks, which are all unique per ghost girl of course. But when it's multiple ghost girls in a single level, it gets exponentially harder to not get hit by their layered attacks. Getting hit once isn't the end of the world of course on standard or easy mode, as you have essentially a one-hit shield in your drone that regenerates over time. Hard mode on the other hand, you get hit once and you're out. And this is definitely challenging, as the game gets very fast paced, especially the later levels where you start to get a dash as well. My initial thought was, a dash? Now this will be a piece of cake. But yeah, no, you need that dash or you wouldn't be able to make it through a level at all. In this way, the game scales pretty decently and provides a definite challenge that reminds me of the Helltaker boss fight against Judgment, as well as the Exam Taker boss fight against the big robot guy. Difficult, but fair. It is also very satisfying to fix these generators throughout the levels, as the sound design is very well done here, with all the different parts and the different ghost attacks and stuff all having good recognizable sounds, and it gives the game a very clicky, fun feeling. That, paired with the banging as ever soundtrack by Mitzi's once again, this time being a lot spookier and ghostier in theme to fit with the theme of the game itself of course, that guy doesn't seem to miss when it comes to music. Going through the levels sees you meeting different ghost girls with the main goal of showing them some love in the form of a little kiss on the cheek, as well as giving them some pudding pies. Because what would a VanRipper game be without a tasty Polish dessert in it? The recipe for those pudding pies is your reward for beating all the levels on hard mode, and these pudding pies remind me of muffins or cupcakes or something, but filled with pudding of course, and they look great once again. These Polish style recipes, as well as the Polish references in names like Striga, Baba Yaga and all that stuff, is pretty cool overall I think, with the insights into the concept art and development of the game also being quite interesting to go through yet again, which you also get to see more of as you clear levels in hard mode. aside from, of course, just giving you an achievement for clearing the entire game on hard mode, which was a fun challenge to be sure. Also, just like Helltaker, the recipe and the other stuff can be bought as optional DLC for the game, which is essentially just a way of saying thank you and financially supporting the guy, which you are of course free to do so at your discretion. But if you're feeling extra merry and giving this time of year, I do think VanRipper deserves it, if you can spare the money, that is. Going through the game on standard mode can be done quite briskly, and for me, going through it once on standard mode and then completing hard mode took me a little longer than 3 hours in total. So a nice experience to go through on an evening or afternoon. Since the game is free, it's obviously an easy recommend, just download it and play it, and artists, please grace us once again with some top tier fan art. The girls here definitely deserve it. That's all from me. Once again, I wish you all the best and keep it freaky in the new year. Dalzion out.